Hi guys, my name is Gloria Doherty and I am a registered nurse. I have been a registered nurse for over 30 years and I am so excited to talk to you about this as a profession. I grew up in the Bronx in New York City. I was poor. I didn't know that I was poor. My dad passed away when I was 3 years old. And so my mom and all of my aunts raised me. So unfortunately, while I was growing up, they were sick and I spent a lot of time in the hospital, and most of them passed away before I even got to high school. I think that this impacted my sense of caring and my sense of wanting to give back and my sense of wanting to make things better for people. Nursing is a profession of compassion and of caring, and most people go into it because they want to make a difference in other people's lives. When I think back to high school and the classes that I took to help me determine what I wanted to be when I grew up, I excelled in math and science. And those certainly gave me a core for going on to a profession that is seated in biology, really, and psychology also. So definitely social sciences. Where I grew up in New York, we were able to take advanced placement courses, which is also available to you. And these courses give you college credit for classes that you would otherwise have to take when you were outside of high school. So if you do have that available to you and you excel in any subject, you should take those so you can get one step ahead for college. The good thing about APS, Albuquerque Public Schools, is that there is a program that is available through the Career Enrichment Center where you can actually come out of high school as a licensed practical nurse, which is less education than being a registered nurse. But if you're a licensed practical nurse, you can go to work right away, fresh out of high school, and get a taste for it, and then go on to become a registered nurse. Like I said, being a registered nurse, there's a whole world of opportunities for what you choose to do. The soft skills that I learned in my home was that of caring. Our family gatherings were always very jovial. With people being sick all the time, they were always caring for each other and helping each other out. And it was surrounded by love. Even though we were poor, like I said, I never knew that I was poor because I had everything that I needed, especially feeling like I was secure at home and that I was loved. To become a registered nurse, you have to go to school. You can do an associate's degree, which is 2 years, or a bachelor's degree, which is 4 years. And here in New Mexico, we have all sorts of different programs that help bridge from associates to bachelor's degrees. And once you complete your schooling, then you have to take a big test. It's a national test. Everybody takes the same test. And it's called the NCLEX exam. And you have to pass that in order to be eligible to become licensed as a registered nurse. Once you become a registered nurse, there are so many career opportunities, professional opportunities. One of the best things that I love about nursing is that you don't get stuck into one area. There's so many different things you can do. For example, you can work in critical care if you love trauma. You don't have to be stuck there though. If you're like, ew, blood, you don't have to do that. You can go work in a clinic and help a primary care provider or a specialty with cardiology, where they study the heart and take care of patients there and develop relationships with those patients so that they actually trust you. A typical day for me at work as a registered nurse is I work in a hospital, so this doesn't necessarily mean that this will be what happens for you, but full-time is 3 days a week. So you have 4 days a week off. You get to work 12-hour shifts. I work night shift. I like the night shift. We have our unique personalities. And the shift is from 7 p.m. to 7 a.m. But we have a stethoscope and we listen to their heart, their lungs. We check them out from head to toe, talk with them, see how they're doing if they aren't on a breathing machine, obviously. and kind of develop their plan of care based upon what they're there for. So if you're in a labor and delivery area, you're going to be checking to see how the mother is healing from giving birth. You're going to check on the baby. If you're working on a medical floor, you might have somebody who is there because of sugar problems with diabetes. So you're going to make sure they don't have any signs and symptoms related to that. And then you go about your day, you pass medications, you make sure that patient is comfortable, you work on a plan of care that they can actually follow through when they go home, when they get discharged. And you do a lot of education to the patient and their family members. So you get to be a teacher too. Make sure they're taken care of, not just from the physical standpoint, but from their whole entire body and their spirit and their mind. What is going on with them and how can you help to make it better? From the time you're born till the time you go away, you have a nurse somewhere in your life, and hopefully it's a great nurse who really cares about what she's doing and cares for you and what you're going through. I hope that this is helpful to you, and I am very happy to be available to answer any questions that you might have. There are a lot of programs out there in our hospital systems that have student days where you can go and see the life of a nurse. But it is a great profession, and I couldn't dream of doing anything else, even though I've been doing it for 30 years. So I wish you all the best of luck, whatever your decision is, whatever career path you choose, and you don't have to choose it today. You have time, but it is nice to start thinking about things that pique your interest. And the other good thing about nursing is regardless of when you become a nurse or what specialty you are in, you will always have a job available.